Hello, I got a set of grips for my bike, the KTM grips, so I'm going to put them on. Now, I've never done them in a KTM, there's no instructions come with it, so it's just a matter of playing it by ear. Anyway, so what we need to do is disconnect these handguards, both sides. So we need to get the appropriate tool, pop it in, slacken it. Whoa, doesn't take much to slacken. As soon as you slacken that off a wee bit, see, that comes out, and that's that one. So we need to do the same with the other side. So a wee turn, doesn't take much, and that will come out, as you can see. So we can hang them down a wee bit while we do this. So let's go back to this side and have a wee look. Now, a lot of bikes you have to cut this grip off. I don't want to cut it, so I'll just, oh, there we go. Well, that saves a bit of work. I'll just pop you down there. I'll slide that off. Come on, you bugger. Yeah, that was easy. There's a screw. I'll just show you. Inside this one, there's a wee screw there. Holds the thing in place. This bit here, which is like the bit that's just left on here. It actually came out the grip. Anyway, so that should all just slide off, pretty much. So, I'll see if I can get that wee bit off without any problem. You might have to give it a wee tap. Yeah, and that's off, just like that. And you get the appropriate grip, which is this side. Yeah, this side, and as you can see, the wire lays in here, so as it's out the way, and we slide this grip on. So always remember, when you're sliding the grip on this wire, you want it out the way, you want it hidden up, you know, under here. So what you want to do is try and slip it on so as the wire's coming down the way. If the wire's coming down the way, it's going to stop any rain getting in there, and then you can run the cable along the bottom. So I'll just try and do that now. I'll slide that on, run the cable along the bottom, and see what happens. As I say, this is trial and error. You can actually see the rubber grip. I never noticed that. You can pull that up and get a tool into there. So I'll go and get a tool first. So I'm back to my good old trusty torque bit set. These things, absolutely fantastic. And we'll go for second smallest one. Just sit there just now, second smallest one. And as you can see, that's the one that came off. Here's the one. Pull back the rubber. That can turn the screw. So the best way is slacken it off a bit so as you can force this on. And then once it's on, screw it. Now if you keep the wire down to the bottom, the screw's up the top. So it should be easy enough to get. In fact, if you look at it, I think it's designed like that. So you can slide it on, the wire comes out the bottom and the screw's just here. Even this to screw on. I'll do that now. So that'll go in there. Like that. Pull the rubber back. Just like that. Get your socket. And I'll just show you what I'm doing here. So fold the rubber back like that. Get it right into place. Make sure it's tight in, tight against the column. Now that's up here, your wire's right on the bottom. So you should be able to get that in there. and hang on. Yep, I'll just do that by turning it with hand just now. And that's tightening up now. Remember, put it tight, but don't overdo it. Plastic can break so easily. No, see, I can't move that, that's tight in. Flip your wire forward, like that. And underneath the wire comes out here, so we can easily run that along the wire. Like that. Dead simple. So, that's that side done. All we need to do is pop that back in there, just like that. Get my socket, and just tighten it up. Want it tight, but like everything with alloy and stuff, you didn't want to overdo it. That grip's nice and tight and secure. Cable will run along there, and that's this side done. Now, this side, moved that out of the way already, and you'll remember there's two screws up here, one here and one here, and I think that is the two that you take out, and that will split this housing. It holds this in place. Do it very slowly so as you can see what you're doing, in case anything pings out. I've never taken one of these off of this bike before, so here goes. So I've had a look at this. So the two screws, these are actually tamper-proof screws, so you can't take them out. It's the ones behind it that go into the casing here. There's one here and one at the other side, and these are actually cross-headed or Phillips screws. So take that one out. I'll just slide that one just now, and the other one is up here like that. Don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. As you can see, the whole thing's spinning. So we'll take the back one right out. Why not? Yeah, another screw for the floor. And take this one out, and I'll set you up here because I didn't want to drop the handlebars. So I'll take that screw off of here. That's it, and just holding it so that it all doesn't fall apart. The last thing you want is it falling apart and then not knowing what went where. So we'll lift the top off, put it down here. Now try and do this. As you can see, I've lifted the top off. There's the throttle. I don't know if that'll pull out. Yes, it does. So that pulls out of that housing. Now I'll try and pull it out. See the way that is? So that bit's at the top, these bits across the way, and the bit there. So what we need to do is get the electronic one, put it the same way, so it was like that, and we've got a wire attached to this as well. So that's going to go in here, and somehow, and we've got this wee wire, which I'm not sure how this goes. Does it go in there? Right, I'm going to show you how this works. This is a wee bit, it's not complicated, but you just have to watch carefully if you're installing these, okay? So this goes into here. You'll feel it clipping like that. You see that's went right in, and there's your throttle works like that. Okay, and you've got this wire here. So what you have to do is just unhook that just now, just pull it back out, and this bit pushes into here like that. There's actually there, like that. See that's pushed into there? Sorry, that's pushed into there like that, and that wire goes through. There's actually a hole, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a hole. There's a hole, I'll pull it back. There's a hole here for that cable. Okay, so when the cover's on, it's all sealed up. It's going to stop water getting in. But before your heated grips were installed, you'd see there's a wee hole there, which is for that wire. So that pushes in here, that wire goes into there, and then pop your grips in, and you'll see when you, you'll see when you turn it, what happens. You see? There you go. It's not easy to do with one hand, but it does work. And the wire gets just about top, but that's it. That's the way it goes, like that. You can't go wrong. And the wire goes up inside that grip there, and see me turning the throttle there. See it working? Yeah. So once you get that done, that's it. That's it on that grip. So what you have to do is get your cover. And pop your cover back on. Is it that way? That way, yes. It only goes one way. So see the wee hole in here? There's a wee hole there. That was open before. Now it's sealed up with that rubber, the wee bracket thing, and the thing comes out of there. So when you screw this together, make sure you get that in the right position so as it's more or less straight and straight underneath, not like that or like that, but just dead straight. And then pop your screws back in. I'll just do that now. Pop the screws back in. So it's pretty easy. There's nothing to be scared of when doing it. Pretty easy to install. I'll just leave that loose a wee bit just now till I put the second one in. At the back, both screws are the same length, so it doesn't matter which one goes in where. So again, when you screw this up, make sure that wire at the back's no jammed up, touching against the frame or handlebar frame, and push. Make sure that's straight up and down, like that, and then tighten another one. Give them a good crank up, so as don't slacken off.
There, is it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Now, once you get that done, see, what you do is you make sure it's sitting flat at the bottom, flush at the bottom. Make sure that runs and contour with that, you know, where it goes flat here. This bit's flat matching it. And throttle moves pretty freely. Put that back in. So as you can see, unlike using that, I've put Oxford grips on bikes before and things like that, and used to have to use heated grips. Heated grips, what am I saying? Used to have to use glue to glue handlebars on passenger side. This one you don't, everything screws on. It's the perfect thing. So I'll just put it down there, I'll finish screwing that up. There. Perfect. Other side's perfect as well. So now that that's done, what have we got left? Wiring. So we'll go and look for the plug. Right, I'm going to show you where the plug is for plugging these in. Just one plug, and if you go down the right hand side of the bike at the front, you'll see a blanked off plug like this, and you pull that off the end of it, right? So when you see that bit sticking out, it's a blanked off plug. There's the other end. You can't pull it out very far, but if you look on it, it does have a wee label in here, and it does say heated grip, so that's, I don't know if you can see the label, but it says heated grip, so that's the plug there. So we're going to plug it into that, and that should be fine, and we'll run it up these wires, cable tie it on, probably cable tie them up to these, and run them from each handlebar. Now I'll show you another thing. These handlebars, from here we've got one cable, okay, with a plug end. I'll just set it here just now for easiness, and then from this one you've got a cable with two ends. So there's one end here, that one I think plugs in to that plug down there, just like that, plugs in, and the other end, this end, plugs in to this socket here. Could you get them wrong? Don't think so. Don't think you can get it wrong. I think it can go either way. Anyway, the thick piece here will be the one that goes in, I think. Or is it that one? I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. I think it's... I think it's 6.5. It does. Maybe that one goes in. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. So, I've run this cable, runs under here, onto this one. I'll put a wee tie on there. And it's held on with the rubber clip here. Goes down and out here, and it plugs onto the main plug. And there's plenty of space, so you can push the wire down into the housing in here so as it's all out the way. Maybe give it a bit cable tie to stop it from flapping around. And then the other side, I've just done much the same. I've run the cable, where is it, up under here. I'll cable tie under here, and then it, it's not very good. Oh no, it's alright. Yeah, I'll cable tie it to here. It runs, where is it? Yeah. So it's through that bracket there, runs down here, and into that. So I'll tie it to this, to the clutch, and a cable tied in there, so that it stays out the way, keeps it all tidy, and I'll put another cable tie, so as this isn't all dangling about, I'll just pop it down the inside there and cable tie it, and that should do that. I'll just go and do that just now. So that's the bars installed, the grips installed, nice and tight. Everything's put back to normal. Cables are all routed down there, keep it nice and tidy-ish. So the next thing to do is to try and see if they'll work. Now if your KTM's updated with all the latest updates, I don't see why it shouldn't work. So we'll have a look, see what it says. Ready to race. Now. MTC. Yeah. Heated grips, there we go. So, go into heated grips. We can turn them on. So there we go. So what I want to do is I want to set up a quick way of getting, where is it again? Red mode, darkening load, heated grips. So they're off maximum, medium, minimum. So you can set the different things. So that's pretty easy, just motorcycle, where was it? Heated grips. But you can save that to favourite. Oh, quick selector, sorry. Quick selector. Audio and navigation. So we can put heated grips. Actually, quick selector 1 will run it to audio. And quick selector 2 will run that to heated grips. So what that means is when you're riding your bike, if you press up, that's quick selector 1, and if you see I press it, it goes straight to the phone connection. Just click back to switch it off. Now if I go to quick button 2, I can go to heated grips, click it down to whatever I want, medium, maximum or off. And that's it done. So I've seen a lot in the forums about guys saying, oh, you know, your heated grips, if you get them in, you have to take it to the dealer to get them to set up. But if you've had a service and they've set the latest software into the bike, it'll have all the information there. And the guy at the shop says once you plug them in, it should recognise it. If not, bring it back. But yeah, but it's got the latest software on it, so it's worth, you know, every once a year go in and get them to update the software on the TFT screen, and that way it'll recognise everything. So that's it. Happy man. Heated grips fitted, all done. DIY, much easier than I thought it would be. Thank goodness. And yeah, have a good day. Also forgot to mention, I don't know if you can hear me, once you've got your grips on, so it does have a gauge, a thing on the dashboard to show you that the grips are on, so that's good. Bye!